Now you know where we are. Here, I'll put my light on. Hang on. There we go. See my ugly face. Alright, so you know where we are. We're at the War Memorial. Alright. I'll put in me $3. If anyone watched the video about $3, you'll know why I put $3 in there. Alright. One's for me pop. Alright. Oh, sorry. Two's for me pop. One's for me mate. And the other one is for Pop to give it to someone else to share, so everyone ends up with $1. So because I know me Pop and I know his mate, they'd halve their $1 and they'd give 2 other people 50 cents. So that'd be 4 people that'd have 50 cents. So I like to give them $3, that way the other person can split their 50 cents, even though I know me Pop will still split his $1 and his mate will split his $1. So then there'll be 6 people with 50 cents. Anyway, I'm here, can't sleep again. Right, I like to do my little walk around. Here, I'll turn the light off. I like to say, pay me respects to the people who fought, I won't say for this country, but fought for, if they didn't fight, if people didn't leave this country, Australia, for World War One and Two, right, and that the world wouldn't be what it is today. And I don't think the people living in the world today really appreciate what the men and women did in those wars, and even past wars before them, right? And that how people are acting today are allowed to act like that because of what the men and women in wars, you know, World War One and Two and wars before that and stuff like that, fought for them to be able to have this freedom of speech and their freedom of rights and everything else like that. I think it's been exploited, but anyway, that's my opinion anyway. So this is called the driver. Right, that's him. Now I'll turn the light off. So you see him how he's in his natural light. Right. You can't see him, but he's called the driver. Then the other bloke on the other side, he's called the whipster, right? The whippers. See? And the reason why I'm here is because it's been eating me up, you know, ever since these, you know, the Yes Vote campaign and stuff like that, and also, you know, just from my own quirkiness and stuff like that. But also I know my grandfather used to come here, my grandma used to come here and stuff, and they bring me down, right? But just over there, right, there's a community set up, right? An Aboriginal community. They did it back in, I think it was 2020. They occupied this park, right? And at the moment, we've got a spate of people going around chopping down Captain Cook and things like that. I mean, we all know it's not the Aboriginals because they don't have, you know, not saying all Aboriginal. Oh, look, I'm not a racist. I just don't like people. I know I've got Aboriginal friends and that. I've got good mates actually who are full Aboriginal. I went around Australia with a full Aboriginal, and that what I'll do with that, I'll actually go to where he's buried because he passed away. His name was Peter, right? And he was a singer, musician, and he actually he was quite a very powerful man. I didn't know, and that I just met him in Alice Springs. But anyway, that's for another story. But if you'll know, but I thought he'd come down over there. You got that's where the it'll come to me. And what do they call? Not the general. Governor. Is it governor? Yeah. There. Over there. Right. And it's not the governor, is it? Something. Anyway, it's late. Or it's early, depending. But have a look at this pristine park. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Right. Shrine of Remembrance. I call it the War Memorial. I know the war memorial's in Canberra, and that the big one. But there's this waft now, this waft of poo, wee in the air here. Used to always smell green, smelled like a garden. You saw a possum or two running around on the tree. Obviously they've been eaten out because of the Aboriginals that have colonised up there because they want their land back. Right, so the possums were gone because they've been eaten. Now that's here, you hear the rustling of bats in the tree up here, right, over there. Right, but there's this waft of like sewage, right? And do you know what that is? I'll tell you what that is. Because the council, because it's these people, they're, mind you, because it's their land, they say it's their land, they're breaking limbs on trees, which would be homes to possums, because no doubt some of them would be hollowed out for the possums to live in and stuff like that. Mind you, if you or I were to do that, we'd be hit with a fine because we're actually disturbing a wildlife, home for wildlife. But they're allowed to take that down and burn it, right? So the possums are displaced. That bats are a bit worried, in case they get a rock thrown at them, because, what, they didn't invent the crossbow or the bow and arrow, did they? But they're allowed to burn down there. And they're sleeping there, and there's all these people there, I went and had a look, and there's not really, I can only say on face value from what I saw, and that, I didn't see one true blood Aboriginal there, just these, I don't know, what do you want to call them? Tree hugging fucks. But anyway. But the poo smell, we'll get back to the poo smell. The poo smell is their defecation. So the councils had to put public toilets, portable toilets there for them to, obviously relieve themselves. And let's be honest, there's only 3 of them down there, right? And there's about 30, 40 people down there. And during the day it builds up, and then, obviously they get sick and tired of the elements. So some of them leave, or they swap shifts so they can go home and have a shower and, watch their TV and use their phones, charge their phones up and everything else like that. But then they choose to come back here and say they want to live on the land. So I don't really understand that. If you're going to live on the land, why don't you go back to how you were? A lot of people in the world, a lot of tribes in the world are still doing that. They haven't adopted Western culture. They choose to run around. And I don't begrudge those people, I don't laugh at those people. They've stuck to their roots, they're keeping it around, the Amazon and stuff like that. Good on them. Around Mexico, Guatemala, whatever, there's all these things. But, I don't think past people who fought in the war, or people who come to remember a loved one or stuff like that, a place like this needs to have the smell of defecation from privileged people, right? So this is my Harley, we all know my Harley. Right, it's a bit dirty, right? But we'll just run through. And while we're here, I'll just do a breakdown of the audio system, the audio system, okay? Very quickly, right? So in the rear here, right? Okay, in the rear, right? I'll turn the light on. Right, in the rear, they are 6x9s, full carbon fibre, and Neo magnet, very powerful magnet. Have a look at the size of the things. Right, you can see that, yeah, right, okay. So they're 6x9s in the rear, as you can see there, right, Polk. They're called Polk, okay, P-O-K-L, Polk. Sorry, P-O-L-K, right, that's me dyslexia. All right, so, and in the rear here, on the other side, obviously there's another speaker. They're right there, just in here, right? Down there. See there? That thing down there? Right. That is a focal handmade French amp, 500 watt 4-channel in the rear. That amp purely runs those rear speakers. Right, up the front here. So the glistening dirty paint, right? Mark will be having a fit. Right. Right in there is now. This is what I'll put in there now. So there is another 500 watt handmade focal amp, okay, alongside with a Hertz Bit 10 DSP. If you don't know what a DSP is, I found that out myself while researching to make my bike and that and how I want it. A DSP is an audio tuner. So what I had to do was I had to go to America, when I had to get on an American website, because the head units that Harley bring out, they bring out an EQ curve that's very high. That comes out of the normal head unit. So I had to buy this program that flattens out the EQ curve inside. But before I had to do that, I had to go to Harley and I had to get them to program my bike back to, right, just 2 amps standard, right? So just no amps, 4 speakers. So when I left with all of this already on, and that I was only getting front speakers. Then I had to put this program through, which opened it up fully through the head unit. No EQ curve, it was gone, right? So then I had control of the equalizer of this. But then we didn't like that. I didn't like that. This is what I'm building up to. This is the work I had to do with my audio system, right? So then I got the DSP. Now we've got our own made, engineered equalizing system, right? And up the front I have two 6x5s Polk speakers, same thing, carbon surround, everything like that, fully waterproof, everything like that. They're a 3-way speaker in the rear, and they're a 2-way, right? Okay, right. And I've just thought it appropriate while I come down here to let everyone know just how I feel about this place. You ready? Here we go. Okay, because they've seen me. And I've got the best song in the world. Ready? Now I'll reset it. I'll turn this off. Turn this down. Turn it down. See, it's all firing up. It's all up. Now the reason why I put it on with the button here, just there. Right. Now you ready? I'm going to take it to the start. Ready? This is how loud it is. Ready? We're going to walk away. Ready? Back to the start.
Hey, true blue, don't say you're gone.
Go get a pie.
For a smoke and you'll be back later.
That'll piss them off, won't it?
Hey, true blue.
How's that? Sounds good.
Hey, true blue.
Ready?
Give it to me straight, face to face. Are you really disappearing? Just another dying race. Hey, true blue. True blue. Is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it
Gotta love it. Aussie spirit, Aussie quirks, Aussie larrikinism at its best.
when he's in a fight? Or will she be right? True blue, I'm asking you. Hey, true blue, can you bear the load? Will you tie it up with wire just to keep the show on the road? Hey, true blue.
Fair income.
Is your heart still there?
Is your heart still there? Come on! Cake.
Do
You really care? Hey, true blue. Ready? 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 Hey, true blue. Is it me or you? mum and dad. He's a cockatoo. I've got one of them, a cockatoo. Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or will she be right? True blue, I'm asking you. True blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or will she be right? There you go, Pop. That's for you. What do you reckon of that? Hey? All right, go get a pie. Take care. Bye.